Imagine you had a bit of a beat behind this. Hey, and welcome back to the Emlyn in the Mix show. Today we are checking out the brand new Schema Light by Native Instruments. What is it about? What does it do? Well, this is more of a follow-up because we checked out Schema Dark last year, which is an awesome sequencing instrument, and Schema Light is no exception. Of course, it is a sequencing instrument yet again, and this thing freaking rocks. So we're just gonna get straight into playing with some presets. I'm recording this at a different time today, so there might be airplanes, there might be all sorts of action going outside, garbage trucks, you name it, but I'm gonna get Schema Light straight to you with the presets. I'll have a link down below. Full disclosure, it is an affiliate link. If you want to support your boy, you want to support the channel, or you love what you see here today, definitely click the link, do yourself a favor, and go get Schema Light for yourself today. If this appeals to you, of course, and if you like the video today, make sure to hit a like on the way out. Hit subscribe if you like this content, because we cover a lot of music technology gear, software and hardware alike throughout the year. Honestly, we do 50 shows of this podcast per year, plus additional content on brand new releases. So definitely hit subscribe if you want to be in the loop of new gear, music technology, software and hardware, all of that jazz. I've got some fancy lighting going on down here as well, just to keep things interesting. Hopefully it's not blurring out my face too much, but you can see it there. Boom. On the Complete Control S49, which we'll be controlling Schema Light with today. But let's get straight into what is Schema Light all about. So we're on the Native Instruments website here. Let's find out more. So essentially we have a melodic sequencer plugin, which is pretty much the same affair as the Schema Dark, a unique sequencing engine for weaving and captivating melodic patterns and textures. Explore and sculpt creative process bells, keys, pluck strings, xylophones, and more, and craft immersive sequences using the 4-layer engine. Now, some of y'all might be like, oh, why are you just reading it off the website? Blah, like this, right? But because this show is not only a podcast, yes, it is a podcast. We are a show. It is a podcast, which means it's audio only. So for my audio only peeps, I'm talking to you. Actually, we need to put another layer up there behind me. If you are watching us, we are also on Spotify. Which way do I point? It's always backwards to how I'm meant to point. Check us out on Spotify, but we're on a bunch of other podcasting platforms as well. All right, so Schema Light gives you an endless source of new ideas, packing a kaleidoscope collection of soft layable upper range loops with an intuitive step sequencing plugin. Now, if you do want to get past the features here that we're going to go through, I'll of course always have a timeline down below which you can skip ahead and just get to the goodness if you just want to hear the presets. If you just come here to check out what is Schema Light all about, you don't want to hear me talking, just skip that timeline down below. All right, so essentially you can quickly generate evolving patterns and make them your own with a suite of effects and control, and delve into delicate sounds that have been enriched and fine-tuned, ideal for atmospheric film scores, electronic soundscapes, and hypnotic hip-hop beats. So this looks like the back end. This is the GUI of Schema Light. Looks really good. Looks like they might have improved on the GUI a slight touch since Schema Dark, but of course, essentially you've got your sequencer. Here, this is the main sort of page we're going to be looking at today, and you've got your 4 layers, which you can sort of change the parameters on, mute, solo, so forth. All right, in the Schema engine, basically the light revolves around the unique 16-step sequencer, and you can have things traveling, like you can have your different layers traveling at different times across your 16-step sequencer, and basically begin with the 4 tempo sync loops, each spanning 2 bars, then toggle up to 16 steps for each layer to create distinctive melodic patterns and expression using the mod wheel and explore advanced scaling. So we'll play with the mod wheel today as well. I've actually got it opened in Kontakt 7. I couldn't get it working in Complete Control. Maybe there's an update needed, or I was doing something completely wrong. I was trying it in the VST3 version, which I thought would have worked. Anyway, Complete Control only seems to work with the Control S49 in VST3 mode, but anyway, instant inspiration, 4 layers, endless options, and you can shape the sound your way. I think we're just going to get straight into it because you guys want the goodness. Again, if you love what you hear today, that affiliate link will be down below. Go do yourself a favor and go get Schema Light. These things sound really good. All right, here we go. We have it up for you. you hung in there, and here is Schema Light. So let's just get stuck into the first preset, and then we'll do a little bit of a navigation around, but it is pretty much the same affair as Schema Dark. Let's check out this first preset here, A Night in the City. That's cool. Get that sort of rave stabby sound with this, but you can see when I hold down the note, you can see in the little screen I've got there in the top left, it's rolling through the sequence, and you can see the patterns are all going at different timings as well. All right, let's check out another preset, and we will navigate around this thing. There's not much to navigate around, to be honest. It's very straightforward. Let's go to our next preset here. All right, here we go. Sounds absolutely beautiful. Jump back to our screen here. But yeah, here you can see the GUI, really nice, really easy to use. And yes, it is sequence based, but you can sort of, you know, play with it like I was before, like almost sample based. You could do sort of like sample hit sounds. I don't know if with Kontakt, I don't know if the GUI is resizable for this particular instrument. No, I don't think it is. I mean, the browser in Kontakt 7 now is resizable, which is kind of cool. So just quickly navigating around then, and hopefully that's big enough for y'all to see what I'm doing. So yes, here's our main. You can see the 16-step sequencer here in the middle. And then you got your 4 layers up the top there. And this is no different to Schema Dark. So I can mute particular layers. Let me just show you that. So we got layer A here. Can mute that off, mute the layer B. And then we can just essentially just have one layer going if we wanted to. Or I can have just 2 layers going. And get some really interesting results. Bring them all back in. And then you have, for each preset, you have basically, 6 macros down here and your volume control. And these are obviously, you can change these macros per preset. These macros have been chosen probably because they were the best. And also you have a connection to the expression wheel. Let's just see if this particular preset has anything on the expression wheel. Oh yeah, it's got the filter on it. I can't see the macro control working on that. That's nice though. Bring it over to another layer. So you can see I'm using the expression wheel here. Nice. So you get the idea there with the expression control, but yes, you have your 6 macros here. So we can sort of change the sound up a bit if we wanted to. Tunings. Looks like we've got some delay at the end here. We can turn the delay off. And we've got a convolution reverb, which we could have pumped right up. And it's got a nice long decay, and pop your delay right up. Doesn't look like these presets have any polyphonic aftertouch. That's not a huge issue though. It really is sequencer based. It's not really like an expressive instrument per se. I guess we'll go to another preset here just so I'm not boring with that. And I just want to quickly show you. So this is your main page, your macro controls, and then you very simply your different layers. So hopefully that all makes sense. You've also got a mixer too. So if you didn't want to just mute things, you can mix. So here we've got a different sound sequence. Here we go. Oh, I did want to also say in the top left, you can change the scale. Now, I don't recall this in Schema Dark. It probably is there, and we probably didn't cover it. But look, I can change the actual scale. So we've got a melodic minor. I think it was already in minor, but let's see. No, it wasn't. There we go. And I can change the actual root key. That's really cool. So you get some different scales going and root keys. And so here in the mixer page, obviously, we can turn the volume up for particular layers. Cool. I just got the expression wheel down. We got one of the particular layers isn't filtering out. That's the harp. Now, I recall in Schema Dark, you could actually change out the individual samples. Yeah, you can still do that, of course. So if you, in your mixer view, actually, maybe you can do it in your main view. Yeah, you can do it in your main view. It doesn't matter where you are. But if you click on the actual name of the layer here, you can choose a different loop, and then you got all your different sounds here as well. So yeah, you can basically get in the back end just by pressing on each individual sound and change the parameters there. And then back in your mixer mode, it's very straightforward. You can of course mix it. You do have an effects section here where you can change what effects are basically on those macro controls down the bottom there. We can change the reverb, for example, to a big hall, change the length, change the pre-delay, change the feedback, change the pitch even. That's pretty interesting. We'll go to a new preset here just so we can sort of refresh everything. And last but not least is your macro control for controlling it live, essentially your different loops. I'll do a deep dive on this in another video, but essentially you can do that, which is really nice to see. And that's pretty much the navigation around it. I mean, if you're just going to play with the presets, this is where you're going to mainly be in the main page here. Let's get another preset going. Let's change our scale. Let's get something a little bit more on the happy side. All right, nice bell chuck or bell chords. These make really good one-hit samples as well. You know what this instrument is good for? Just obviously rhythm, but like if you want to just add like another layer to your track with a bit of rhythm, this is going to do it for you. Obviously you get your tempo right, and it should be tempo sync. Let's just check. So if I speed up the tempo of my DAW, you know, you're going to get obviously it's going to speed up the actual instrument. Really cool stuff, right? Let's keep going through Schema Light sounds here. Playing with the filter macro control here. Little clicky sounds here. Oh no, you can actually change your slices presets over here. So it's activating at different points for this particular layer. We go back to our main. That's kind of cool. We can have it fully loaded, or just parts of it, or random. Alright, let's go through some more. That was cool. Chord memories. Clocking ups. That's cool. I like this one. Got a nice 16th clock sound in there. Where is that? It's really nice. I think it's this one. I like this one. You ready? That's awesome. It's a nice, almost like a 16th sort of clock here, but with everything together, very nice. Let's go to another one here. So yeah, obviously it's a bit different to an instrument, and you're just really here for the rhythms, to be honest. You're really here for the rhythms and getting some unusual and interesting results. That's nice. Kind of fades off a bit. Again, one-hit samples though, could be good. So, after playing with this for a little bit on this video today, probably my only request, I really like Schema Dark, really interesting, really good to get those, you know, rhythmic results. I would request, and maybe this is, it can be done in a future update, but so just some polyphonic aftertouch on this instrument would be really nice, just to get some expressibility going. You know, I could push it down, we get some, maybe even like MP control, you know? Like, it's nice we got the expression wheel. But I think that's where you have these guys down the bottom. Should be changing, chopping and changing, depend on how you've got it set up. Let's have one more look at that. So like, here's our keys, right? I think it's here. Oh yeah, you've got to set them up though. So they're not set up, they're still on your 4x4 thingy. Anyway, if we had this set up, I'm not going to do this for this video here, but I think that's where you could get that extra bit of expression for live play. But the presets are quite choice. I'm pretty happy with them. I like this rhythm too, it's a good rhythm. You could kick off a track like this is really cool. See, it's gonna give you inspiration. That's the other thing with this instrument. Yes, it's not like a traditional instrument, but because it's sequencer based, it's gonna give you that inspiration to kick things off. I like that little chirpy sound. That is so chill. Alright, let's get another one up here. So it's really cool actually that it has a scale too, because you could, if your song was written in a different key or a different scale, you could just get it to fit into your song perfectly. Oh, I love that little break in it. It's a really nice preset. We'll go through a few more here for you guys. Cool. Oh, here we go. Oh, I like this one. It's almost trancey. Take those last two layers off. That's cool. Imagine you had a bit of a beat behind this. It's got a bit of a rhythm already. I mean, they all got rhythm, but like I can hear like a bit of drum action. Nice. So we'll go to another one here. Let's see what else we got. Just cruising through the presets. Oh, interesting. Go to another one. Some atmospheric sort of stuff. Really interesting. Beautiful. All right, let's look at one more here and then we'll wrap it up. Alright guys. Alright guys, that is pretty much Schema Light. I mean, I know we've just scratched the surface, but there is a lot here to offer. If you need something rhythmic based, you need something a bit of fun, a bit of inspirational, get your groove or layer up your groove a bit, Schema Light is definitely going to tick all the boxes. It isn't an expressive instrument per se, but it does have that live element feature, which I didn't have hooked up on the show today, but we'll deep dive on that in a later video. I think if you got that hooked up, you could have your different patterns going at different times by triggering it via the keys, and that could be a bit of fun if you're performing this instrument live. But the fact you can change the root key and get different scales going so you could have it fitting in your song as an additional layer, I think that's really, really cool. And because there's so much going on, you've got 4 layers, you almost wouldn't need much more pieces of your original track or much more elements from another track, maybe adding a bass line, some drums, and this on top, and you're going to be grooving, honestly. So if you need that, this instrument's got you covered. It is inspirational, and there's some really nice sequences and very, very nice sounds, and you can obviously alter everything in the back end, play with the macro controls. A lot of fun. Well done to Native Instruments. Again, if you really like this sound of this instrument, click click that link down below. Go do yourself a favor. This just dropped. It's very nice. If you like the Schema Dark series, you're going to love the Schema Light series. And I'm pretty sure that the people who are still watching this here either are fans of Emlyn in the Mix or they really like this instrument. So thank you very much for staying to the end of the video. That's going to wrap it up for season 5, episode 5 of the Emlyn in the Mix show. Leave a comment down below if you're enjoying this season so far. I know it's pretty much, I think this year it's looking to shape up to be a pretty hectic year with releases and announcements, much like 2023 was. Very exciting time to be in the music technology world and sector. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. That's going to be it for me this week. We'll be back next week with an amazing episode. And with all that said and done, peace out, guys. Boom. Hey, thanks for listening to the Emlyn in the Mix podcast. Here you will find all the latest in music technology, software and hardware, interviews and more. Also, don't forget to check out the Emlyn in the Mix YouTube channel today. Till next time, keep it real.